Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Zenande, and please do subscribe to my channel by clicking the red subscribe button at the bottom. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate your support. Yeah guys, if you are watching this video and all my other videos, when you're watching my videos, please guys, just click on like. I promise you it's free of charge. Don't get charged for anything. So if you are watching my videos, just click on like immediately. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Okay, so basically in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my update for trimester 1 and trimester 2. As many of you guys might know, I am currently pregnant with my second baby and I am in my third trimester. That's why I'm giving you my update for trimester 1 and trimester 2. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys mostly what symptoms I've experienced in trimester 1 and trimester 2, and I'll also be comparing my pregnancy 1 and pregnancy 2. I know they say that no two pregnancies are the same, but I just feel the need to compare my two pregnancies. Okay, all right, so trimester 1, what I experienced. If you watch my previous video, I told you guys that I found out that I was pregnant when I was 5 weeks pregnant. I always find out earlier on in my pregnancies, and as a result that makes it seem like my pregnancies are very long. Well, some people find out that they are pregnant maybe in their second trimesters. Some never really even find out that they're pregnant until they go to the hospital and they have to give birth. So with me, I just know from the get-go that I am pregnant. So trimester 1 is from week 0 or week 1 until the 13th week or week 13. So what I experienced in my first trimester is, first of all, before I even found out that I was pregnant, I had an infection. So that was really concerning because I'm someone who hardly ever gets infections. So when I had an infection, I was like, there's no way. I even tried to change my diet. I went to the pharmacy to get citrus soda and it just wouldn't go away. Then we took the pregnancy test and then we found out that we were pregnant, but still I didn't know that the infection was as a result of pregnancy. So I went to the doctor, and then the doctor they made me do some tests and drew some bloods, and then she prescribed for me an antibiotic. So the doctor told me that it's an infection that happens due to implantation. So it's the blood that was left from the previous cycle, or it's the blood that was supposed to come out but didn't because the egg was fertilized. So she prescribed an antibiotic or antibiotics for me, and I took them. I finished the course and the infection was gone. Okay, so that was after. I just wanted to address the whole infection thing. But initially, when we took the pregnancy test, like the day after taking the pregnancy test, I started to bleed. It wasn't a heavy bleeding, but it was spotting, but it was a bit alarming. But I was like, okay, I'll just give it a day or two. If it continues, then I'll definitely have to go to the doctor. But 2 days later, the bleeding had stopped and everything was fine. But we all know that in the first trimester you really want to go and see the doctor and like hear the heartbeat. I think it's stuff like that. When things like that happen, you want to be reassured that your baby is still fine. But anyway, okay, if you watch my previous video, you will know why and how things are done here. So earlier in the pregnancy, like trimester 1, I started having headaches. When I tell you I started having headaches, like every day I'd have a headache, and I wouldn't be able to tolerate it, to a point where I needed to take pain tablets. And when you are pregnant, you can't take just about any tablets. You can only take Panadol or Panado or you can take paracetamol. So I went to the pharmacy and they gave me paracetamol, and when I'm telling you that, I really felt bad because I was taking the pain tablets each and every day, because that's how bad my headaches would be. And also my breasts were so tender, they were so painful, like yayingathi ndingumntana osestagini or like a teenager osakhulelwa ngamabele. Remember when wawuqala ukukhulelwa ngamabele, how painful they used to feel, like ezazigaqa zazilapha emabeleni. So that's how I felt, that's how my breast felt when I like earlier in the pregnancy. And then also what happened is, so my daughter attends kindy here, or preschool, so obviously she will catch some viruses there. I think she came home with a bug, and because she's very clingy sometimes, I also caught the bug. And for me, I just took it and ran away with it. Like I took it and ran, like it was very bad, to a point that I even lost my voice. My voice was so husky. I think that flu lasted me for like 6 weeks, if I'm not exaggerating. It was a very long time, to a point where I even thought that I'd never get my voice back. And then this one time my daughter, I think, sneezed or coughed in my eye, and my eye started to turn red. So I had an eye infection as well while I had the flu. So my first trimester was not pleasant at all. And then also, if I'm standing in the kitchen, maybe making food, or I'm washing the dishes, I'd have to pause for a while or go and sit down because I'd be very dizzy. Then I'd have to maybe drink some water, because I think that's what kept me going. Whenever I feel dizzy, then I'd grab a bottle of water and just down it, especially cold water from the fridge. I think that really helps me when I have dizzy spells. Until now, I still do have dizzy spells. So I think those are the things that I experienced in my first trimester. Let me just check here. I also had slight nausea. I don't know if it's slight nausea. Like I had a bit of nausea when I was in my first trimester. I don't know if it was in my head. I think it was in my head, because yeah, I think it was all in my head. I can't say what I wanted to say because it's gonna give it away. It was all in my head, but I think I did have like a bit of nausea, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like bad to a point where when I'm smelling smells, I'm like, I can't tolerate this, because kupheka mna apha endlini, so there's no way that ngizonukselwa kakubiza izinto. But this one time I remember when I went to khona indawo that's called Albany, and we took a bus, me and my daughter. Listen, the way that I was so nauseous, it's a blessing that I didn't throw up, which I think the same thing happened in my first trimester, because I remember earlier on in the pregnancy when I had to go to my friend's bridal shower in the Eastern Cape. I took a bus, and that journey was so long. It was so long. I felt ubushushu, I was nauseous, but I didn't throw up. And at the time, I think I was about 8 weeks pregnant, and I hadn't even announced it to abanye abantu uba, okay, this is what's happening. So I was suffering in silence. Yeah, I think that's just about it for my first trimester. Then in my second trimester, still my breasts sore. And then a new thing that came about was sweating at night. Like, even if it's not that hot, because it's not hot yet, and we don't have a lot of blankets like emakhaya, like we used to have imink club is 2, and then a duvet. Like here, it's a very light blanket and a duvet, which it's not that warm, you understand, because my partner cannot tolerate ubushush. So like I will be dripping wet at night. Like if I was older than I am, I'd think that in menopause. I'd really think that it's menopause and hot flashes. So I'd have to wake up in the middle of the night and go and get a towel and just pat myself dry, because it really gets that bad. It gets that bad that if the pajama, like it's wet, I have to take it off. Or like in my shitting, I can feel by you are kumanzi man. Like that's really, really annoying. Shame, I don't wanna lie, because bangathi mhlambe ndichamile ngoku. I'm joking. But it does feel like that. It does feel like mhlambe ndichamile, yeah, which is, imagine ndimdala kangaka. And then another thing, dizzy spells, I still do experience those from time to time when I stand for long in the kitchen. I think I'm allergic to the kitchen. I think late pregnancy isn't allergic to kitchen. So if I stand for long in the kitchen, I have to either get some water, and I drink water from the fridge. I think that soothes me. Or I'd have to go and lay down on the couch. The only thing that I love about being pregnant, it's not the only thing though, but one of the things which is beneficial to me as well, is that I drink lots of water. If you find me drinking water, you must know that I'm pregnant. But basically, I started drinking water. Even in my first pregnancy, I drank a lot of water. So I don't compromise on that. When I'm pregnant, I really do drink water a lot. I know my husband, they know that I don't like water, but yeah, I definitely do drink water when I'm pregnant. And then another thing I think that I noticed even earlier in this pregnancy is that I think if I think after your first pregnancy, then your baby will lay low in your womb, as a result pressing on your bladder. So what happens is I frequent the bathroom a lot, the toilet a lot, to go and pee, even if it's not even a pee needs, like I just frequent the bathroom to go and pee. I think that happened earlier in my pregnancy, and kengoku, me drinking lots and lots of water doesn't help, but I have to drink water. It is what it is. Stress is pregnancy brain. Guys, especially when it comes to taking my vitamins, like I really forget that I've taken them. I think I've missed a day or two. At first I'd take them like later in the evening, but then I realized let me rather change and take them in the morning. So what I do is I keep a bottle of water next to me, and then when I wake up, I go and get the vitamins and then I take them, so that I know when I leave the room, I'm covered. But still, I'm telling you, 30 minutes later, I've forgotten if I've taken my vitamins. I'm like, did I? Or was it yesterday that I took the vitamins? Like, it's so bad. That's the worst thing, I think, pregnancy brain. And I think it only affects late part in vitamins. I really do forget that I've taken my vitamins. I really do forget. I'm like, did I take them today or was it yesterday? Or I have to help myself remember that I've taken them. I have to announce in the house that, okay, now I'm taking my vitamins, so that when I say, did I take them? Then there's someone who can witness that, yeah, you did take your vitamins. But so that's basically another thing. Like, I think that one follows after the sweating at night, that I forget about my vitamins. One thing about pregnancy will change the way you walk. I can't believe that I'm walking like a duck now. I walk like a duck. And guys, if you know me and my walk, like I get compliments about the way that I walk. Because in high school, I mean, in primary, my walk is just a special one. I walk like I'm modeling. So now I'm walking like a duck. I'm walking like a duck, but I know it's only temporary, So after this, it's back to normal. And also another thing with the second trimester is that I get so exhausted, guys. I get so exhausted. Like if I clean the house and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch some YouTube videos and just relax on the couch. Next minute I'm gone. Like ndilele, I doze off. Or we're watching a movie and then I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, peace. Yeah, guys, and it's also, and I don't like that when we're watching a movie and then someone sleeps and I'm like, guys, it's time to go to bed now, let's go and sleep. But then with me, I just doze off on the couch just like that. The minute I sit on the couch and I get comfortable, it's cuts out for me. I'm gone. So yeah, this pregnancy is really showing me flames, but not flames, guys. I think people experience a lot worse. I think for me, this is just mild. It's really not a train smash. Well, according to me, I don't think it's a lot, but yeah, some people would say it's a lot, but yeah, it's definitely something different compared to my first pregnancy where I had nothing. None of this. So let me compare my first pregnancy and my second pregnancy, bearing in mind that no two pregnancies are the same, but let me just compare them anyway because galuksana zezam. So my first pregnancy, smooth until labor, and afterwards very, very smooth. Shame, I can't complain, I can't fault it. I had no infections. I probably saw like it's spotting once, like it was even later in the pregnancy. I was working at the time, and when I tell you that, like, I'm very lazy. Like, I'm lazy and I'm at home. Maybe that's what's making me lazy, the fact that I'm at home and I've got nothing to do but to clean and cook. And I'd expect that this time around I'd be more active because I was working out, I was fit, almost my whole fitness journey that I did. Or is it because that I stopped exercising, velenda by couch potato, and I'm tired, guys. I am tired. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna take a walk, we're gonna go to the park. And then when it comes to that and I'm on the couch, I'm like, guys, maybe tomorrow. So my pregnancy one, I was working, and even worse, I was on site. So I was working in a construction site. I'd walk a lot. But obviously later on in the pregnancy, then I wasn't allowed to go to the construction site because of all the vibrations and stuff and the heavy machinery around. But I was generally very, very healthy, and I wasn't sleeping at work, I wasn't napping. No infections, even like no infections that I caught even with public toilets, nothing, none of that. Smooth until the last day, until I gave birth. And even my labor was not that bad. I think my labor was just, I've heard stories, okay? I've heard labor stories, like scary labor stories where people climb on walls, they wanna jump over because of all the contractions and the pain. Some even, like when they are in labor, the labor takes a very long time and stuff. But my first pregnancy, shame, smooth. My daughter was very, 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 was a lady when it comes to that. I think like I prayed so much for a very smooth pregnancy because I was all alone in Cape Town, in terms of like my partner being there, and that if there were any complications, then I'd have to transport myself to the hospital and stuff. So in that regard, shame, my pregnancy was very smooth. I had family like cousins and my brother there, but then obviously so in the house I was all alone. So yeah, with the first pregnancy, shame, nothing, no nausea, nothing. No, I didn't experience any of the things. I was active. I'd go to the mall and shop, and yeah, life was just normal. Just that I had a bump. The only thing that I had was if I walk for long in the mall, then I'd have a pain like up his hands is swing. So that bothered me, that I'd have to go to the car and just drive home. Otherwise, other than that shame, there was nothing. Yeah, that's just about it. My pregnancy one was very smooth, nothing. I like this one. I'm sweating, there's a bit of nausea here and there, the dizziness. I never had dizziness in my first pregnancy. The dizzy spells, the exhaustion, sleeping on the couch. Oh, yo, hi guys, I think that's very embarrassing. But when people come home, when they get home, when you come couch in, so yeah, that's definitely one of the things that I'm really not enjoying about this pregnancy. But I really do need to get some rest. And also I think my bump size this time around, definitely smaller than the first pregnancy, I feel. I don't know, maybe later cool, because I remember with my first pregnancy, people kept telling me, why when now you know, people, they become doctors. Like if you are going through something, they are an expert in that. So when I was pregnant, people were telling me, you are so huge, you're probably carrying twins. And meanwhile I'm like, no, I'm not. And they will once, no, I'm not carrying twins. They're like, no, you are lying, you are carrying twins. So I was big, but I don't know by at what point I was big, because this time around I think my bump probably popped at the same time as it did with my first pregnancy, because one morning I had my six-pack, and then the next I had a bump. I think I started showing around 16 weeks. And guys, you know, most I had like a six-pack that I really worked hard on, which I'm hoping to snap back into, guys, once this pregnancy is done. Once we are and stuff, I'm hoping to really go back to my fitness journey. But I'm not going to rush myself, but I definitely want to work out. And yeah, I'm just happy that I am not big yet. So I'm carrying beautifully, I'm carrying so well this time, and yeah, I can't wait to meet my baby. So yeah, I think that's just about it for this video. There wasn't much to compare with the first pregnancy, because nothing much happened in my first pregnancy, and all of these things are happening late pregnancy. These small things that are throwing me off. Some, I think they are in my head, especially the nausea. I think it's all in my head. The next video that sit down video that I'm going to shoot regarding my pregnancy journey will be what's in my hospital bag. And then obviously also to come will be my birth vlog. I hope this will video must be taken this time around. Will be okay. So the next one will be, so the one after this one will be what's in my hospital bag. I haven't started collecting izinto like ndiyambe in the shop and buy per se. I think I only bought 2 outfits. So I haven't really done much. So I think there's gonna be content in regards to that. But I have to go out there and go and buy some things. But I also share in that video what I've done to save money for this pregnancy. So definitely look out for that. So there will be my birth vlog, and then after that I'll give you an update on my 3rd trimester. And yeah, and mom life thereafter, guys. Let me end this video right here before it gets very long. I still have some editing to do. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please don't forget to thumbs up the video, comment on the comment section if you are pregnant, or if you had some symptoms that I also have or had in your pregnancy. Please do share in the comment section below. And yeah guys, I'll see you in my next one. Stay safe and God bless. Bye.